Hello. So, yeah, as promised, I said I'd give you a walk around of the van. So we'll start off with the basics. So hang on, if I turn you that way. It's obviously all sign written and stick it up and what have you. And, these are, I believe, 17-inch Mercedes Vito steels that have been banded to 8.5 on the back and 8 on the front, so the backs are slightly wider. Centre caps are off a, I think they're off a T5 that were made to fit these wheels, which is a nice little touch. Quite like them. That's it from the front. She's got European style pressed plates. A little blue strip that runs along the chrome. That would normally just be chrome, that would. She's got LED DRLs, Osram Nightbreaker, Xenon style headlights. It's the closest thing to HIDs that you can fit legally without having the projector headlamps and all the rest of it. Sunstrip, my Hawaiian flowers. The interior is a bit of a mess, so I won't show you that currently. She's on fill at the minute. So the water's being filtered back in the shed through 2 resin filters, which are basically what you'd use if you had tropical fish. They're just sort of tall blue bottles, really, that's all they look like, with a hose going in one end and at the other end. I've got 2 of them, so it comes from the tap. Hose from the tap into the inlet on one, then into the outlet on the other side of it, onto the inlet of another tank, onto the outlet, and then into the back of the van. And it filters the water. I've got a 350 litre water tank there, which, as you can see, nearly full. 100 metres of this red hose, which is high vis. It's like armoured. So you can literally run that across the road and a bus can drive over that and it won't pop it. And then this stuff is micro bore hose reel, which is made from polyurethane, and it's supposed to be anti-kink. It does kink eventually, but it takes a lot of force. It would rather sort of like, flick itself like that as opposed to kink. Down there is the pump controller, which also acts as a, when you flick it on, it tells you how much power the battery has in it. If I just quickly link this up here, this is just the return to the tank. This is just the return to the tank. It runs up and over the top and back into the tank there for in winter time, so that I can release the pressure from the pump, so it doesn't freeze and break the diaphragm in the pump. But there we go, you can hear the pump come on now, and that will tell you how many volts are left in the battery. You can just control the speed of the pump with that little volume knob there. Over here are some of the chemicals I use, like the UPVC cleaner, lime scale remover, pink stuff. That stuff is amazing at getting tough stains off of UPVC. Just your standard Tesco window glass cleaner. What's it called? La 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 la. Hand sanitizer. Should know that by now. Been on that stuff for the last 18 months or so, haven't we? And then over here is like the charger for the 12-volt battery, which is down under there. You can see the cable sort of running across the top of the tank there as well. And that was really easy to wire up actually. It's just 2 cables that connect to that, obviously the positive and the negative, which is what those 2 cables are that run across the top there. They drop down to there, drop to the top of the pump, which if I can show you, there's the little pump. Fan's a bit of a mess, sorry. I don't know if you can see the wires on the pump. There we are, there's the 2 little wires. So 2 wires connect to the battery and then to that, and then there's 2 other wires that come off that and run to the control switch, which is why there are 4 wires that run off there. So the red and the black go to the battery, the blue and the brown go to the pump. So there's literally 4 wires on that. It's nice and easy to hook up. And as I say, that little screen there shows the amps that, not the amps, the volts that are left in the battery. So you can see as you're going through the day whether you need to charge your battery up. I tend to charge my battery up probably once a week, maybe twice a week, and that seems to hold me in good stead. On the ceiling here I've just put some 4x2 across the top and put some downpipes in place, some cheap £5 downpipes from B&Q with just brackets to hold them in place. Cut some holes in the bulkhead through the mesh, and then they shoot across into the cab, into the overhead storage there. And that's what holds my poles in place. Never really have any problems with them sliding out as I'm driving. But nice and easy to access there. I have seen people with similar vans that use the same sort of setup for their fishing gear. They put their fishing rods through there, which seems to work really well. Mounted this side, I've got all my squeegees, all different sizes and what have you, and extension leads, my little telescopic ladder, because I don't have a roof rack currently. I'm hoping to solve that problem soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it really. And obviously I've got storage boxes for, I do a bit of strimming and maintenance work on a customer's house as well. I do have a chemical spraying backpack which normally sits on top of the tank there and is just bungee corded around it and held on with the mesh on the bulkhead. And then any chemicals that I need to transport around, this will then end up on top of the tank as well, and then chemicals will be stored there. That's generally how I do things. I've got a stiff yard brush that just sits down there. That's pretty much my entire setup really. It's quite simple. Really didn't take me that long to do it. The only real wiring was, as I say, was the controller to the pump to battery. That was it. I don't have a split charge relay on this as of yet because this has a smart alternator, and the issue you have with a smart alternator is you can't just use a normal split charge relay. It won't work, and it'll kick up all sorts of fault codes and stuff apparently with the ECU on the van. You have to have a specific split charge relay to go with the smart alternator, and they're about 300 quid. And as of yet I haven't needed it anyway, because like I say, I just charge it up via the mains once a week, sometimes twice a week depending on how much use the van has had. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What I'm planning on doing, I'll talk quietly for this bit because my daughter currently doesn't know that we might be going camping, but what I'm planning on doing is building an extension from the top of the tank over, obviously removing all of this, and building an extension from the top of the tank over to the edge here, to the same height as the tank, and across and over to the plywood along here, and the same, well, maybe not the same on the other side because I've got the sliding door there, but maybe put some legs down there or something to hold it there. Making a bed there and making storage underneath here for like bits and bobs, you know, that you need when you're camping. Change your clothes, all that sort of thing. I'll probably have to remove the downpipes, but that's pretty simple. It's just the screws that hold the brackets in place, and then they'll fall through and I can pull the downpipes through the bulkhead. Job done. I've got a blackout blind that's going to go across the mesh there, just to stop any light from coming in. The rear window is already tinted, so that's pretty good. Although I might just stick something up on there. Just tape some black bags or something on there temporarily for that one night when we could be staying away. And yeah, that's pretty much the back of the van. Let me know if this video has been interesting to you guys, and I'll see about making some more content. And if we do end up going camping, then this will turn into a small build thread as well. But we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when and if we come to it. But yeah, that's my little van tour. And yeah, like and subscribe if you found this interesting. There probably will be some more content, whether it's sort of van related or you know, like van life related, or whether it's more sort of just general caddy stuff, or you know, video from whatever shows we go to, that kind of thing. It may not necessarily be sort of camper related, but there may be more content to come. So watch this space and let us know if you're enjoying the videos.